Welcome back. The newly formed political party Afrika Unite Congress has recruited former KwaZulu-Natal EFF leader and Member of Parliament Vusi Khoza. The party was recently formed by senior members of the Nazareth Baptist Church, also known as the Shembe. Khoza was expelled from the EFF in August and lost his parliamentary seat after failing to procure buses for the EFF's 10th anniversary celebrations at the FNB Stadium in Johannesburg. And for more on this, we're now joined by Vusi Khoza himself, and he joins us via our video link. Vusi, thank you so much for joining us here on SABC News on the late edition. If I remember correctly, there was a time after you were expelled from the EFF and you said that you would never leave the EFF. What happened?
Greetings to you and good evening to the viewers at home. I did not leave, I was expelled. So as much as I said I would not leave, but I was expelled. It was not my choice.
And after being booted out of the EFF, it seemed as if you've finally found yourself a new political home. Why did you choose the Afrika Unite Congress?
I chose the Afrika Unite Congress purely because of its policies. I've had a look at its constitution, and I found it to resonate with what I believe in. Particularly, just to mention a few things. One, it's a party that speaks about reconciliation and building a united nation. In other words, it seeks to unite the people of the country of South Africa. It's a party that discourages politics of polarization. Two, it speaks about the return of the land to the indigenous natives. But it says the land must be returned to traditional leaders, because when land was taken away from Africans and the natives, it was not just lying fallow, but it was in the ownership of traditional leaders. So it says it must be returned to the traditional leaders, but it also encourages the fear and the reverence of God as the center person that will guide us in everything that we do. So if we look at that, and it talks about Afrocentric economy, Afrocentric education, and that I found to be resonating with me, and I joined.
And something that stood out for me, and you know, when it comes to reporting on your new political home, are the words that you said. You are moving away from politics of hooliganism and to parties, or rather politics of humility. One would ask you, when did you realize suddenly that you were part of a party of hooliganism? One would say that that's quite rich coming from somebody who enjoyed being in a certain political party.
Yes. Naturally, I don't like to talk about my ex. The EFF is my ex, so I don't want to sound like I'm bad-mouthing my ex. But
you did. You said you're moving away from
the EFF stands for and its brand of politics. I found that
you can continue, Vusi.
Yes, I said it's a rebirth for me. It's a rebirth in the sense that I'm moving away from politics of hooliganism to... so I'm moving away from politics of polarization to politics of unity. I'm comparing the two. From where I come from and where I am now, and I'm saying that's the difference between the two, without bad-mouthing my ex, because it would be wrong to bad-mouth your ex.
And of course, you played a very central role in your previous home, being the EFF. You were also a member of Parliament, and maybe tell us more about your role in this new political party in which you are part of. What role will you be playing this time around?
I've joined, and I've been given the responsibility to deal with three things. In the main, you'll understand that Africa Unite Congress is a new party. It was launched now in August. It is on its second to a third month. So my task basically is to recruit members, or to increase membership. Secondly, to make sure that we have structures, branches in every corner of KwaZulu-Natal and South Africa as a whole. And lastly, to mobilize or rather to prepare the party to participate in the elections. Those are the three tasks that I'm going to be dealing with beginning tomorrow, since I've joined as of today.
And how confident are you that your party will play a very crucial role as we head to the 2024 elections? I mean, we're always told of how we might find ourselves at a coalition level, even on a national and provincial level in South Africa. All right, it seems as if we have lost Vusi Khoza there. Of course, he was basically just telling us about his new role, and I think we have him back on the line. I'll try to ask him once again. Mr. Khoza, can you hear me?
Very confident that once we explain ourselves to the people and we have the manifesto clarified.
Unfortunately, Mr. Khoza, we just got the last bit of your answer. Maybe if you can just refresh your answer there for us. We were just talking about, how confident are you that you'll be able to play a very important role when it comes to next year and in the country, because we always told of this, a coalition, or rather how we might find ourselves in a coalition government on a national scale and provincial scale.
We go to these elections with confidence that we are going to win. But should we find ourselves having to proceed to have coalitions, we will enter into coalitions with people that share our values and our views, and we cannot rule that out. But you must understand, when we go into elections, we go with confidence, and we have enough support base to be able to give us sizable amount of seats. We've done this thing before in the previous organization that we were in. We were able to perform what we would call miracles in terms of voter support. We would repeat it here, if not double and triple it. We are very confident. We are looking forward to a good run as a party. But if it comes to coalition, we will consider people who share our values and then see what happens. But for now, we are not talking coalitions. We are talking a win.
All right, Mr. Khoza, thank you so much for your time. That is Vusi Khoza. He's a former EFF MP and, of course, a former EFF KZN leader, just giving us his insight there when it comes to his new political home. He is now part of Afrika Unite Congress, a newly formed party, and, of course, saying that, they're not going to be talking about coalitions right now. Like all the other political parties, they're trying to get to the biggest chunk there when it comes to their voter support come next year's elections.